see if this stuff works anymore. And we're going live in three, two, one. See what we got going on here. See what everyone's up to these days. Welcome back to Awakened Reality. My name's Jeremy. Gonna tune in and see if anyone's out there. If anyone wants to chat today. I've been about a month or so since I've done a stream. Figure I'd just chime in. Not sure if anyone's gonna be able to tune in. It's kind of early in the afternoon. It's roughly 4 o'clock my time, uh, standard Eastern time here on the East Coast, United States. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing all right if you catch this later. Um, Not sure if I'll do any screen sharing. That seems to get me in trouble. Kind of just wanted to pop on and do a little bit of chat, see how folks are these days. And let's see here. Let me pull up my channel here. Make sure I can see the chat. And I definitely want to say that I do miss everyone and that I love everyone. That I hope that you all are doing well out there. Forgive me, I'm a little out of breath. I just got back from a workout, trying to get that physical strength back, get in some decent shape, which I think is what everyone should be focused on right now. avoiding the avoiding the fear mongering going on in the world right now is numero uno on my list, and hence why I haven't been been live in a while. Hey, is it Gabaroo? Gabaroo, or it could be Gabaroo, Gabaroo or Gabaroo. How are you? Ahoy to you, right back at you. Send that love. Hit those like buttons. Playing poker, just saw you appear. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been on. I just wanted to check in with everyone and see how people are doing. Um, I'm very blessed to not be going through what a lot of people are going through. Of course, I've got my own demons to still deal with, and uh, you know emotional roller coasters. But disconnecting has been my key to success. Really avoiding it all. Um, I don't have kids or anyone that depends on me, and I've been blessed with family and support, as far as making sure my necessities are met. And so I've been able to really lay low and just focus on the internal work and as well as the physical work, getting that vitamin D, as you can see, that nice tan coming in. Regrowing the beard, making the beautiful mess come back. Um, Working out, got a workout bench, like I had mentioned in my last live. So I've been focused on, just trying to get some strength back in. Focus on fasting. I've done a lot of fasting. I am really, really, really into the fasting, and I've been doing like 1 day of food and then like 3 days of fasting, or 1 day of food and 5, 6, 7 days of fasting. Because I don't have a job, and you know, uh, my days, I'm not going to just sit around and eat. I eat for medicine and I eat for energy. And so if I'm not exerting more energy, then there's no need to consume all the food just because you're bored. Um, or someone like me who just loves food. Like I think a lot of people love food, but like I'm someone who has battled weight, you know, uh, fluctuations throughout life, and so I'm very, very conscious about how much I can overindulge. Even as a vegan, that's why I laugh when people say, "Oh, vegan, you're just gonna end up all skinny and scrawny," and they just don't know what they're talking about. That's the addiction to the taste of meat that people start going through that. Or they, oh, you need protein, protein, protein. It's like if these last 18 months hasn't taught you that your medical industry will mislead you, misinform you, lie, just flat out lie to you about what you actually need or don't need, then you haven't been paying attention these last 18 months. So, when people want to throw that out, it's it's the same people that are going around right now toting the well, now that it's approved, you're going to go get it, right? And it's like, no, because how many things have they recalled in the history of approving things? How many different things have they told you were okay for you? I mean, cigarettes are freaking approved by the three-letter organization. So what makes you think that because you know this one item has been approved within 8 months of being into the experiment, you think that's going to change people that have been paying attention to people that have been trying to inform others? You think it's going to change their mind? No. You know, so I have to be very cautious with how I interact with people who are out there toting certain flags, because I'm like, do you not understand that the places you've been getting your information from are misguiding, misleading, or like I said, flat out lying? So it's one of those things where the uh, the disconnect has been beneficial for me. I'm not out there getting in any arguments, pointless Twitter wars, or pointless comment section arguments. It's just not for me. And I'm not saying I haven't been on social. I still see when people post, and I've been sharing a lot on Twitter and Facebook, um, and not as much in Discord, which was brought to my attention today by Wendy. So I wanted to jump on, and I didn't expect very many people to jump in here right now. Really, I just wanted to make sure my software and everything was still working, and so that way throughout this week I might be able to do a couple streams and see if people want to jump in here and just chat. I'm not going to stress myself out about screen sharing and what I can and what I can't show. Just me getting on and talking and hanging out with some people, and seeing how it goes and where it goes. I know a lot of people are still dealing with a lot of stress levels that that thankfully I felt like I dealt with a lot of my karma and a lot of my stress early in life. I definitely woke up, if that's the term you want to use, woke up um, earlier than a lot of other people. And so I've been prepared for these times that we're going through, and was able to set myself up into certain situations. And I feel like I'm still so far ahead um, of where even a lot of people that are aware of what's going on are at right now, or what they're capable of doing, or what they're capable of dealing with. So I'm still kind of in limbo, waiting for the true revolution to like kick in, like the system to really collapse, like the real restart, rebirth, new Earth, New Jerusalem, whatever you want to call it. 5D. So many people have different terms of what is coming or what's happening when it's really all the same thing. Um, you know, we've discussed this before, and so I feel like I'm still in limbo, waiting for people to get ready to actually like go rebuild society, and that's where I'm at. I'm ready for the food shortages. I'm ready for the failed currency. I'm ready for all those kind of things. I'm ready to, if I have to backpack and hike to new lands, if we're going to get segregated, if we're all going to get sent to Antarctica, we'll just use Antarctica because, a lot of people would love to end up in Antarctica for a multitude of reasons. Not only the solitude, um, but the idea of extra continental lands outside of the southern circle. So I'm ready for those things. Like I've got my backpack ready, I've got my boots ready. It's all packed. It's been ready for years. I've got seeds to grow food whenever we get to where we're going to get. Like I'm truly ready for the actual collapse of society, which we are still in the birthing pains of. there's so many people that are protesting, and there and to me, I've said it before. The protesting is a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. You're begging the people that have already misled you, misguided you, mistreated you, harmed you. You're begging them to change their ways, to give you back something that was not servicing you in a higher way. The Roman bread and circus, the idea that these are our stadiums, these are our restaurants, these are this, that, and the other, our school system, our medical system. They weren't doing anything for anyone anyway. Like I said, yeah, the idea of nutritionists are great, and chiropractors and dentists, and you know um surgeons for emergency. Those kind of specialists are always going to be needed. Those are true healers, okay? But these pharma pad prescription writers, these regular doctors who have got no intimacy with their client. They don't know anything about their patients. They don't know anything about they're just they're just stats on a clipboard. They're not of any value. These teachers or school systems that have just been teaching people how to become corporate goons, bodies for corporations, regurgitating false history and hypothetical equations, and all this BS. The school systems have been of no use to 98% of the population. Um, the restaurants and the horrible food that they serve and all this kind of stuff. They're of no service to you. People need to know how to cook their own food again. They need to know where their food comes from. They need to be growing it themselves. They need to have a responsible, a self responsibility for these very important things. I mean, there's nothing more important than the food that you put in your body, that which you consume. Idolizing celebrities um, and athletes who play kids games for tens of millions of dollars so you can get an hour to 3 hours of distraction a couple different days a week does no service to you, because all it is doing, it's distracting you from what you're not happy with on the inside, of why you're not out there doing your own things. Why are you worried about sitting around watching other people live and do things that they enjoy? Why aren't you out doing the things that you enjoy? And I'm not saying you can't enjoy watching a game of football. Okay, I'm not. I'm just saying that the value we've put on it, the energy we've invested into it, the monetary gains that we've given to it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and you're better you're better off without all of those things, um, more so than not. So I'm truly there waiting for people to catch up to where I'm at, and so it's just been between the censorship of fighting with trying to get a platform up and running with the kind of things that I talk about, the kind of truth that I talk about. It's been more of a headache than a blessing at this point. Until we, like I said, until we get to the next phase, and it is coming. There's no question about that. The next phase is coming. And all I can do is continue to keep an eye on it from a distance, if you will, and be there for anyone who wants an individual, pick me up, or wants to vent or things like that. Which is what I've continued to do. I haven't disabled any of my apps. I haven't removed anything. Trust me, I've thought about it. Because like I said, I'm still scrolling through Twitter, hours upon hours throughout the day, checking it out. I'm still, retweeting things for people that are on my Twitter. I've engaged a lot more on Facebook recently. I just kind of, forgot about Discord as a whole. I kind of kept assuming that everyone was already either on one or the other. Um, so, forgive me if you only, you know, interact with me on Discord. You know, uh, that's something I'll definitely try and keep an eye on. But hopefully, you can see the health in me. You can see the glow in where I'm at in my life, and that's what I want people to focus on right now. Is wherever you can find that that happiness, wherever you can get away from the fear mongering and the worry and all that, what's going to happen is going to happen. Okay, you can't be worried about tomorrow and next week and people showing up at your door, or the grocery store's running out of food or whatever. There's only so much. First of all, there's only so much food you'd be able to stock up before it go bad, right? You need to learn things like preserving your own food, growing your own food. Those are the kind of things you should have been worried about if you're worried about the food aspect or shortages or anything like that. And if you haven't been learning anything over these last 18 months, is that there is greater forces in this world. And the good force, God, whatever you want to call it, the Most High, the universe, whatever, is going to provide. Okay, you're not going to starve. Okay, you are going to be provided for. You will be led to salvation, especially if you're already awake to what's going on and you're at least putting effort into becoming a better person. It does not happen overnight. It does not happen in a year. This is a journey, my friends. This is a journey. Okay, I have been awake for many, many years, and you will have ups and downs. You will have roller coaster moments. Okay, the great thing is trying to focus on 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like, you're going to take multiple steps. This is going to be much more than 2 steps. Okay, 100 steps forward, you might take 1 or 2 steps back because you're human, and because you will have energies come in that you weren't necessarily protecting yourself from, or you'll get some news that you just were completely unprepared for, and you'll indulge in something that isn't maybe the best for you. But if it keeps you in the game, if it keeps you ready to pick yourself back up in a couple days or a week or 2 weeks or a month from now, then was it really that harmful, to, binge out on a pint of ice cream, or, you know, uh, indulge on Netflix for, a week or so and binge some Netflix to just disconnect and get away from it? No, it's not the end of the world, okay? But as long as you're putting forth the efforts, and you're cutting things out of your life on a regular basis, you're focusing on that spiritual journey, you're getting your physical health in order, you're getting your mental health and emotional health in order, you're working on things like practicing meditation and eating healthier and fasting and doing all these things, then everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Okay? There's only so much you can prepare for today without ruining today, stressing out about tomorrow or yesterday. It's the 595 rule. It's your thoughts and action, your thoughts 5% of your past, 90% of the present, 5% of the future. That's your 100. That's your round 100 number. Because it's all about what you're doing today, okay? And if this is a great test or tribulation, which I think most people should probably understand that this is definitely a test, this is definitely a tribulation. And if people believe in multiple timelines or parallel universes or heaven or a rapture or whatever it is, then you better make sure you're showing some initiative on where you want to end up, and not being completely idle um, about things, even though I'm as idle can be, because I am in a position to where that's all I have nothing but time and energy to focus on that. I still am out there cleaning up neighborhoods and picking up litter. I met a gentleman the other day going on a walk who had a bucket and a picker up or two, an older gentleman, and he came over and was just like, "Oh my God, somebody else out here! I love it!" And we hit it off, and we exchanged names and information, and we walked the whole highway just picking up stuff together. And he's like, "Yeah, if you ever need anything, you come over here." And he's like, "I got a swimming pool." He's like, "You come get some water, you can drop off some of your garbage, whatever." I was like, "See, this is like synchronicity. This is the universe, like, showing me, hey, you're doing everything you need to be doing." You're as impatient as I am with the whole process, like so many others. It has to happen the way it's happening. They are exposing themselves. Okay, and whoever is going to wake up is going to wake up. Don't worry about waking people up. I know how much you love your friends, your family. You're not going to be able to wake up everyone. You're probably not going to be able to wake up anyone, to be completely honest. You're going to end up migrating towards people that have already awoken or awakened to their reality through their own connection with spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, their higher selves, God, however you want to label it, the other force involved. Beating your head trying to wake someone else up and regurgitating. It's been 18 months. Okay, the writing is pretty much on the wall. I don't think anything else is going to change somebody's view if they're pro this or anti this, or if they're, for this and against that. You need to be focused on yourself and the people that are dependent on your response. Like, if you have any responsibilities to anyone, until you choose not to have those responsibilities, and you always have a choice. Everything in life is a choice. Okay, you control everything. Everything in life is a choice. Then that's all you can do right now is worry about yourself. Be selfish a little bit, Don't cast judgment on others. Don't be like, sharing memes that are like making fun of mask wearers or this, that, or the other. Let them be their selves. You cannot combat ignorance with ignorance. You can't combat anger with anger. You can't combat hate with hate. You combat it with the opposite. Love, true compassion, integrity, living your truth. You can't you can't you can't compete, you can't, defeat violence with violence. We know this. No war has ever, brought peace. It's brought submission to one side for a period of time, but it's never brought peace. So this is a time to focus on yourself, okay, and handle whatever obligations or responsibilities you have. I went through a life of loneliness, not understanding why I was never in, married or with kids or, you know, a big successful career that was taking me places or anything. And now I get it. It's because now I'm blessed to be in a position to where I can just prepare myself for what's coming and not have any fear about it and be here for others who might not have um, that same opportunity right now, and try and guide and help them get there. But that's not about knocking on doors or banging on people's comment sections and trying to wake other people up. That's about helping people that are already awake on their journey. People like you guys, people that find the channel, people that come back into my life based on their own accord, their own journey. And I'm grateful for that. I'm extremely grateful for the blessings I have. It doesn't mean I'm content by any means. It doesn't mean I'm happy seeing people go through what they're going through. It doesn't mean that fear doesn't come at me occasionally and I don't get caught up in the moment and go, oh my God, they're really going to try and mandate this or force this or do this. I also know it's all a script. I also know they are lying about a lot of things. They are staging things. Certain things you see are staged. Certain documents you see are falsified. Certain numbers you're seeing. If you think you're the minority still, you're not paying attention. You are definitely the majority. When they try and tell you that over half of the United States has done something, they're lying to you. Look at the numbers all over the world of the people in masses coming together. Okay? That's your majority. Okay, you are the majority, and there's still a huge amount of people that are still on the sidelines, but are right there with you. That are like, heck no, I'm not doing that just because someone tells me to do it. I'm gonna do what's best for me because that's survival instinct. Yes, there are people that are buying into the cult herd mentality. That's their journey. That's their karma. That's their experience that they have to live out. And we will be there for them when it all comes crashing down. We will be there to help pick up the pieces for these people. And it won't be a, hi, I told you so, or I need a pat on the back because I was right. It'll be done with true integrity and compassion. It'll be done with warmth and love and an understanding of how painful it was for these people to, because we've already been through it. The dark night of the soul. We've carried that torch through the dark night of the soul. We've reignited our fire, and we will be there to help others. It's going to take some time, though. This doesn't happen overnight, and these people are exposing the script. They're exposing all these people are exposing their tyranny. They're exposing the way they've operated. They're doing it on purpose. They're showing everyone so people can make their decisions and become aware. That's why all this is happening. I know it's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, but it's the only explanation, okay? That it's time. It's time for the system to be exposed. It's time for the beast system has been here all along. People are like, "Oh, the beast system is coming in." No, the beast system has been here all along. The beast system has been here for millennia. Okay, it has been here. Go back. I mean, even if you just want to take it back to the Roman days and Christ, for all the people that think that that's when everything started, it's been here since then. That's over 2,000 years ago. The debt slavery, the pedophilia, the misinformation, the bread and circus distractions, the war, the purple racial all the division, all the divide and conquer tactics, division, male versus female, age versus age, wealth versus poverty. All this stuff has been here forever. Okay, it's not the beast system being rolled in. It's extreme tyrannical things being presented right now to show you it's been in place this whole time. It's been here this whole time. And it's time for people to create a new society. Well, the only way you create a new society is if you become extremely uncomfortable to the point where you're intolerant of the old system or the current system that is falling down. Okay? If the system kept going and the same people stayed in charge, nothing would change. Nobody would be waking up. Nobody would be getting up in arms. Nobody would be coming together. Nobody would be making new relationships, new friendships, coming together with new, different people, realizing, "Oh my God, you have the same fears and concerns that I do. You have the same, desires as I do. That we just want to be left alone in the ability to live our life and be happy and raise our loved ones and, listen to music and eat healthy food that we're not worried is going to make us have to, be in these pharmaceutical lab rat situations, you know? Let's say some hellos here. Jesse Williams, love you too. Miss you. Hope you're doing well out there. We are in the 11th hour, and we have no idea how long the 11th hour is going to last. But I could tell you, I mean, it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. Okay, it's nothing to. It's like there's. It's like not getting in a car because you're worried about the car accidents or the traffics, or you know what I'm saying. Like it's just life has always been a little bit of the unpredictable, but at least now we see the script. Now the script is as plain as day. It's really not as unpredictable right now, is it? It's pretty wide open. Pretty wide open. The book. Um, Love, Sylph Pixie. Love you too. Thanks. I'm glad you're enjoying the message. Just trying to, spread a little truth, spread a little bit of my journey here recently over the last um, couple months or couple weeks. I guess it's been. It's been about a month since I've put out a video or done a stream. Um, uh, Gabriel says System of Down. Love that band, by the way. Love System of Down. Um, uh, great, great, great band. Um, yes, you will have everything you need when you need it. Just have faith. It's hard for some people because some people are control freaks. They want to try and control their journey, and you can't. You can't control everything that's going to unfold because a lot of us put the responsibility of so many of our needs into other people's care. Like I said, growing food, knowing how to get your own clean, fresh water, knowing how to build your own shelter, know how to make your own clothes, teaching our children, how to read, write, do the fundamentals, read, write, basic math, you know, uh, we've put those responsibilities on other people, and so there's a lot of fear going on right now because people aren't in control of the things that they need to be, and that's what we've talked about so many times on this channel. You know, um, take back control of the things that you're afraid of. And I think that's what most people are afraid of. You know, um, oh, I won't have food. I won't have this. We'll start preparing that. Like it's not hard. Go grow some food. Grow some food. Learn how to preserve some food. Stock up on things that have long shelf lives that are healthy for you. Dehydrated fruits and things like that. Canned vegetables and fruits and things like that. Get little camper propane and butane burners. If you were out without power, you could actually still cook some food on and heat some water on. You know, um, cut off your cable bill, cut off your Netflix, cut off your cell phone if you have to. If you don't say you don't have money, because I'm sure every single person is still spending money on things that they don't are not necessity. Okay, they're luxury, they're entertainment purposes, things like that. So, if you're someone who's afraid of those kind of things, um, practice learning how to fast. Know what your body actual can tolerate. Learn how long you can actually go with food and be just as energetic and happy and healthy. And so and start cutting down this whole 3 meals a day stuff and how the portion sizes that people consume. Start adapting, so you're not dependent on as much of what you think you actually need. Start eliminating these fears that are completely unnecessary. Avoid the news. Avoid if you're not handling this transition that we're going through, this tribulation that we're going through. Avoid social media. Don't even get on it. Just stay away from it. If you can't, if it's causing you distress and it's causing you emotional harm, avoid it. I know it's addicting because everyone wants to know, did something happen to this today? Today is today. Today is today. Today. Is the sky falling? Is the sky falling? Is the sky falling? Trust me, you'll know. You'll know. Okay. People will be in the streets in your neighborhood if the sky's falling or if the trucks come rolling in, or you'll know when you go to the grocery store if there are lines out the grocery store. Oh shit. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it at that point in time. So just avoid it all. Avoid it all. Watch inspirational channels. Watch channels that are talking about, positive things. And not like BS guru stuff or anything like that if that's not your thing. But, like find, like just random acts of kindness videos and like nature videos and health videos, like proper health videos, like how to get healthy, what kind of foods to eat, how they benefit you. Watch videos about gardening, watch videos about constructing a home or whatever. It's like start observing some positive influence material and get away from all this. Get away from all the black pill, all the stuff. Just it services nobody. It services nobody if you're not handling it well. If it's causing you trauma, that's the complete antithesis of what you're supposed to be focusing on right now during the trials and tribulations. You're supposed to be focusing on how to deal with your trauma, not bring more on, how to eliminate it, how to build your aura, create that bubble around you. take your sovereignty and dominion back. And that sovereignty and dominion is not just over your material possessions. It's over your temple and your emotions inside your temple, the spirituality within you. That is all about it as well. Do I know the New Earth channel? I might. I might be one of the ones on my feeds. I'm pretty sure it is. I'll double check real quick. I think somebody has recommended it before. Let me check it out on the old YouTuber. The old YouTuber, huh? Yeah, I'm subscribed to New Earth. Yep, yep, I got it. For some reason the bell notification isn't on there. I'll change that in case they got some vids coming out. But yeah, yeah, I see New Earth. Yep, absolutely. Not, try to be very honest. I'm not extremely familiar with their content. But hopefully that'll change. I just put the bell notification to all. Um, no, literally I have not been watching much of anything recently. Not to act like a know-it-all, but I kind of feel like I know what I need to know as of right now without getting into a bunch of the what ifs or the problem solving aspect of a lot of truth seekers. A lot of truth seekers still want to try and put the puzzle together before the pieces have dropped. And so I literally have. I've been uh watching some Netflix, still watching things for like symbolism and stuff like that. Now that I have my attention deficit disorder kind of in my favor, where I can actually sit and make it through a program and put the phone down and not be interrupting myself. I've finished some series that I've wanted to finish, um, because I can look at the content now for the story within the story, as I like to say, and not the I hate to say it, but the sheep story that they're trying to put out, where they're just like, hey, this is what the movie is about. No, the deeper actual narrative to it, the symbolism, things like that. So I've finished up some things on Netflix, um, and I've just been hanging out, focusing on getting that beautiful color in my complexion back. Like I said, focusing on working out, focusing on eating right, fasting, a lot of fasting, um, focusing on growing this beautiful beard back and getting that back. End times prophecies, love her. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out for it. But like I said, I've been trying to not get caught up in trying to um, put the puzzle together before the pieces actually drop. There's a lot of repetitive stuff out there, a lot of repetitive content, which is another reason why I haven't been on as much, because I feel like even my message is more repetitive than even I'd like, because again, not to sound like a Mr. Know-it-all, but I feel like the core things that matter are the things that I've discussed, and that, like I said, that's your health, that's getting healthy, that's disconnecting from the falling matrix as much as possible, where a lot of other people are still trying to search for answers within the matrix, within social media, within alternative news sites, and things like that. And to me, like I said, not to come across suicidal or anything like that, but I'm ready. I'm ready to die if that's what it is. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I'm going to live these days out being happy and you know um, being disconnected from all the BS and ignoring it. It's not like I'm not aware that it's going on. It's just there's nothing I can do other than make myself available for people who need somebody to talk to. I have no fortune to go do anything for anyone. I have no magic wand that I can go wave to fix anyone's life. All I can do is be here for someone as an ear and, a virtual hug and, you know, clean up Mother Earth. That's what I focus my attention on, is cleaning up Mother Earth. Because no matter what happens, no matter if you believe we're going to alternate timelines or another whatever, Earth is still going to be here. So when I leave Earth, no matter how that's going to happen, no matter when it's going to happen, I want to make sure that I gave back to Earth as well. Okay, because Earth has given us everything. The Earth has given us everything, from the clothes on our back to the food we consume, to the oxygen we breathe coming from the trees producing it. I have not wanted to get on and do the same stream over and over again. It's nice to check in every now and then, like I'm doing now, and kind of reiterate a little bit, and just kind of let everyone know that I'm still standing my guns, that I'm still doing everything that I've you know spoke about and and um and recommended to others, that I'm walking the walk, not just talking the talk. I want you to see the progression. I want you to see the glow. I want you to see the aura. I want you to see the happiness. I want you to see the health coming back. Um, it's very nice to check in with you guys, but not to explain myself, but I love you guys. I really do love everyone that's ever tuned in, everyone that's, whether they've commented or not. I'm so grateful for the community, that we have, the people that share on our platforms, from Discord to Facebook to Twitter, to comments in the YouTube section when the streams and the videos go out. But there's only so much you can say. With We're all waiting for the next shoe to drop. We're in limbo. Especially someone who has got nothing but time on his hands. I have nothing but time. I'm available 24/7 for anyone at any moment that they're not dealing with things on their own too well, and they need somebody to reach out to. I'm here, um, and I'm grateful to have that. But it seems like most people are dealing with things either pretty well on their own, or they're not comfortable reaching out. So there hasn't been any need to come on and do any live streams. Of course, I've had individual contact with people throughout this process, throughout this journey, um, and uh, and I hope that everyone knows that I'll always be here. That just because I've been laying low and focusing on me, it's because that's what I've been telling everyone else to do. I'm only living what I preach. I hate the word preach, but I'm only living my truth, and that the same things that I recommend others to do. You know, and I hope people are really in finding some enjoyment right now. I know it seems like, how can you find enjoyment? Well, we don't we don't win with fear. We don't win with complacency. We win with progression towards love and towards happiness. And it's 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 okay to be happy during all this stuff, guys. It's okay to find some happiness somewhere with everything that's going on in the world. It is what it is, but showing them that we're going to continue to push forward, that we're going to continue to find ways away from the beast system that is collapsing. Okay, again, the beast system is collapsing. It's not coming in. All right, they're playing their final cards, the final pages of the script that have been scripted out this entire time. It has been no secret, whether it's the biblical text you look at or Agenda 21 and the UN documents. It's all been there. Okay, the Hopi prophecies, Mayan calendars. It's all been there. Okay, this is not new. There's nothing new under the sun. This is history repeating itself. This is a secular event. This is the cycle continuing, coming back around. The clock will hit 12, and then guess what? The clock's going to keep going, and it's going to go back to 1. Okay? So, don't worry, guys. Going to be fine. Going to be fine. And yes, it'll get a little darker out there, a little uglier if you continue to watch the show that they're putting on. It's meant to. It is meant to. But we overpopulate them by so much. It's not even funny, guys. It's not even funny. They're the ones that think that they're like I call them the mid-level player, playmakers, the mid-level architects. They're the ones who are afraid. The ones who don't really know what's going on. The ones who take orders from entities or energies above them. They're the ones that are afraid. The CEOs that have abandoned ship, the celebrities that have went MIA and you haven't seen or heard, they're the ones that are actually afraid of a backlash, of an outrage, because they know that they're outnumbered. They know that they have been misleading and have misrepresented themselves and agendas and things like that for material gain, for idolization, um, things like that. They're the ones that have been running for the hills. Okay, but the true people of power, they're not afraid because they know they've been through this before. They know they know what's going to happen because they know that there's not. We're not going to go out and start killing a bunch of people and hanging a bunch of people because we're going into an awakening of love. We're going into an awakening of wanting true peace and wanting true connection with one another and understanding or understanding that we don't all have to do the same things or we don't have to conform and be uniform, that we can appreciate the individual in ourselves and the individual in our neighbor. We don't need to all be clones of one another. We don't all need to be social credit app, you know, begging for the attention. So we're all going to be like the person who has got, oh, that person's got a 500 score on their social credit score. I'm going to do everything like that Black Mirror episode. I don't know if you ever saw that Black Mirror episode or if you've ever seen the show Black Mirror, but there's a reason they stopped making the show Black Mirror and it being one of the most successful shows out there. They literally said, the directors and writers literally said that it was too accurate to the state of the world, that they needed to stop making the show because they felt it was too much of a trigger. And really, it's because they were giving too much of the truth away. And, some powers that be were like, hold on, we need to slow it down. Like, whoever you guys are, you're like really putting the cart in front of the horse of our plan here. But there was an episode with Bryce Dallas Howard, who's Ron Howard's daughter. There was an episode with her and the social credit scores and how you would see somebody get points. She would see somebody get points to better the social credit score, and that's how you get, you're allowed into certain communities, you get certain discounts and things like that. That's the direction they tell you they want to go with all this stuff. But really, it's just trying to get you to wake up to, you know what? Being a better person and doing better things, being healthier, taking responsibility for my actions and my health will reward me in life without a social credit system. Call it karma, call it cause and effect, call it whatever you want, but they're just trying a little bit of programming. It's a little bit of that, supernatural programming, if you will, that they're aiming with. They're fearing you with that because in return, hopefully you wake up to realizing, well, wait a second, shouldn't I just be a better person because it does bring me better outcomes? I don't need somebody else to judge me or rank me. I should be doing that myself. I should, I should not cast judgment or ranking on others, and I should worry about pointing them two thumbs back at myself. So, but that show, like I was saying with her, is all about immediately trying to mimic the people that have better scores and becoming a clone of somebody else. No, we still need to appreciate the individual across from us and learn from them what we can with whatever a bit of their journey and their experience they decide to share with us. And we decipher what is true and what is a skin or a mask, if you will, um, as we've always done. Everyone has that inner detector, where you could tell someone's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Where you're in a room with them and you get introduced to them, and you know that person at the campfire that has all the stories, been here, been there, done that, done this, da 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 da. And you're just like, they're full of shit. Like, you just know. Everyone has it. Whether you choose to acknowledge it and utilize it to protect yourself from, you know, falseness is on you, because so many people are worried about acceptance. It's that one experiment that was done where they put everyone in the room and they show them the lines, and each line is a different size, and they have the group specifically who's in on it purposely pick the wrong line when asked, which line is the longest line, and the one person in there conforms because they just want to be a part of the group. Well, we're breaking away from that. We don't need to be a part of the herd anymore. You don't need to be um, you don't need to be worried about fitting in with the wrong people. You can be yourself, and you'll have plenty of people that'll, like I said, that'll migrate towards you if you're putting out your true energy, your true frequency, your true aura. You will have people migrate to you that want to engage with you, support you, motivate you, inspire you, and they want to feed off of you as well. Not like the vampire feeding that has been going on during this whole, dark age of the beast system. Feed off of you as far as inspiring them, motivating them, encouraging them, that give and take, that true give and take that every true relationship has in this, and in a healthy sense. You know, I mean, stop me if I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments if you think I'm full of shit. Let me know. But that's just the way I see it. Oh, love self, Pixie. Sorry if I missed that. Hope you have a great rest of your day at work. Sending love and vibes back to you, even if you catch this later. You have a blissfully beautiful day as well. Thank you so much. Let's see. Gabriel says suggest Mr. In Between. Let me pull that up. I'll pull that up and see if I have that. All right, I'll check that out. Oh, that's a TV show. That's a TV show. That's not a YouTube channel. That it looks like I'm getting some clips of a show. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that out if that's what you're recommending. Wasn't familiar with that one. Let's see here. I'm gonna put this in my channel here real quick. Love to love ya. Yeah. Okay. It's a good show. Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely check it. Yeah, because I'm kind of in between ideas for shows right now. I just watched Terminator 2, or that's what I had on in the background before deciding to come on live while I was working out. I was trying to pump some iron. Although he really showed his true colors recently, didn't the old Terminator show his true colors? He again, he's playing his part. He's playing his role, his role in the script. But it's another false idol being exposed for, he said, what did he come out? Arnold Schwarzenegger. He came out and said, "F your freedoms," right? You know, and it again, you know, It's just exposing who these people are, what they've stood for. So you know, no shock there. I mean, he was a politician. It should be no shock that he, where his team, what team he plays for. Because this is a game, guys. Life is a game. All right, it is a game. So no surprise there, right? Excuse me. Get myself a little of this vapor distilled water. Again, guys, make sure you're, you know, cleansing some good vapor distilled water. You're getting your supplements, your vitamins, your iodine, your zinc, things like oil of oregano, um, loading up your food with good seasonings, turmeric, crushed black pepper, lots of garlic. These things are magical pixie dust. That's the way you got to look at seasoning. This is they're magical pixie dust, and you should be using them as much as you can and generously season. You know, uh, Allow thy food to be thy medicine. You know, um, get yourself some almonds for your magnesium. That's right. That's delicious. That is delicious, guys. Well, I'd sit with you and I'd have a juice or something. I gave up my alcohol years ago. Um, I think the only alcohol content I've had over the last 5 or 6 years is in my raw apple cider vinegar. Another thing that you should be consuming on a regular basis, because it is fermented. There is alcohol used in that. Um, Maybe like 0.0001% or something like that. Um, which reminds me, it's been a couple weeks since I've had some raw apple cider vinegar, so I should probably load up on some of that here over the next couple days. Get myself a fresh bottle. I think I've only got a little bit left. Uh, but yeah, I'd sit and have a juice with you and discuss things. But yeah, no, I'd I enjoy a little bit of the cannabis occasionally. It's been a while. I've still been on a complete uh, sabbatical of that as well. It's been months since regularly, and I had a friend stop by that I hadn't seen since high school, and we indulged we indulged on a JJ, and just sat underneath the stars and you know caught up on where each other has been over this journey we call life. Um, but yeah, I would love to. I cannot wait, guys. Like I said, my bag is packed. I cannot wait for it all to come crashing down to where we could start coming together and traveling without any of these concerns, um, or mandatory regulations that I refuse to. I would call it pride, call it ego, but I believe in non-compliance. So I'm not going to get on a plane or I'm not going to get on public transportation and wear a mask just to do it. No, I'm not going to, because the more people comply because they're like, "Why I want to go do this." That's the game. That's that they're You can't comply with it. You cannot comply with it by any means. Now, I understand if you have to go to work, but you should be doing everything in your power to find revenue elsewhere, to cut that job out of your life because it's not servicing you. Other than that, no. There's no vacation that's gonna entice me. There's no, other than like an emergency situation where I just like if I had to get to an ailing family member or something like that, then obviously I'm gonna do what I have to do. Um, but no, I cannot wait to get to a point where I can sit with people in real life face to face, where we can look one another in the eyes, where we can see each other's smiles, where we can hug, where we can feel each other's aura and energy, where we can laugh, and just harmonize with each other's souls. I can't wait. I desperately need it. I've been an introvert for way too long. I went from being one of the most social people on the planet to being one of the most entertaining people on the planet to being completely isolated for about 5 years now. And I've been ready to not be isolated for well over 2 to 3 years now. Like for the first couple of years, I wanted to be isolated. It was time for me to be isolated. I needed to go through the dark night of the soul. I had to break away from the last strings of the matrix that were holding on to me. I had to start the healing process. I had to hate people for a while, hate the system for a while. I had to be angry. I had to learn how to get over that. I had to learn how to get over the fear and all that kind of stuff. But it has been quite some time that I've been ready to migrate towards people, to connect with people, that now that I know who I am, now that I know what my interests are, that now that I'm not afraid or not ashamed to be who I truly am, to like the things I liked with no shield up, with no mask on myself. See what I did there? Um, we've been in this situation. We've been in these um, tribulations. I won't even call them restrictions because no one's restricting me. The rest of the world is restricting itself, um, and I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. That's pretty much it. I'm waiting for the rest of the world to catch up. So trust me, I am excited more than most to get back to a place to where I can congregate with others, because for the first time in my life, I am who I have always knew I was, and didn't know who I was at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like now I acknowledge it on a surface level. Music Daymar, hey, welcome in. Same experiences here, can definitely relate. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for giving a comment. Glad to know that there are others out there that have a similar outlook and feeling about their journey and what they're going through. I'm extremely grateful for you coming in and sharing some of your time with us, because I know there's a lot of different places you could choose to be. If you've never been here before, hit that subscribe, hit that like button for anyone who hasn't had a chance to hit that like button. We are a small channel, but it's all about finding that next individual that needs a place to just relax and to get some positive insight on what's going on in the world, to get some positive direction, to have an online friend that they can turn to, whether it's myself or one of the other people in our group. We are we have some great people in our Discord that communicate and help one another, and you know um, that love to just share, and help go through this crazy tribulation that we're going through. Jeff, thank you so much for commenting. I really appreciate it. It means the world when people engage, because I never know if these things are worth anything until people engage. Like I said, I'm never worried about getting 100,000 subscribers or anything like that. But to have the amount of people that come in and choose to chime in and let me know that I'm not just rambling nonsense, that there is some kind of value to it. It means the world to me. Um, and so I'm grateful that you could find comfort in anything. I know that we all won't agree on everything. That's not the way the journey works. Eventually, we will all get to a point where we agree on everything, because we'll be in a different whatever place, timeline, parallel universe, heaven, whatever you want to call it, a different body, a different level of consciousness, where we will all see the same things. But that's not where we're at now. But to know that anyone is getting any kind of insight or comfort from any of the ramblings I do. These are the ramblings of a madman, as I like to say. I'm extremely touched by that, and it makes me want to continue to get on and live stream with everyone every once in a while. Um, See, music chimes back in. Collective consciousness creates the elite as the reflection of their own shadows. Our shadows are also a manifestation of duality. Without the corruption, we would never ascend. Absolutely. I've talked about that many a times. We live in a world of duality. You cannot have light without darkness. You wouldn't have Gandhi without Hitler. Gandhi would have never rose to his prominence and became the person he was going to be without someone like Hitler. Whether we believe Hitler was exactly as history writes or not, there's always multiple sides and multiple truths to somebody's story. Um, what we do know is that I'm just using it as an analogy, but it is the 100% truth. And that's why all these things have to happen the way they're happening. Okay? And it has to be a slow process because, you know, if they really wanted everyone dead, and I do believe that, look, I do believe that these things are harmful and there's going to be a lot of death. But if they wanted everyone dead, they could do it a lot quicker. But they don't. They don't want to. They don't want to drop bombs on the whole world. They don't want to go gas and really release biological weapons and things like that. There's something deeper, more supernatural, more spiritual going on with this program that's being run right now. This script that's being unfolded. That's the best way I can put it. Is that it's necessary. Because if they really wanted to just wipe people out, there are far more vulgar and violent ways they could go about it. And yes, that's exactly what it's for right now. Music. This is a trial and tribulation. These are revelations. This is a time of wisdom. This time. You're in the age of Aquarius. You're in the age of information. You're in the age of becoming autodidactic and learning how to self teach. You have to unlearn a bunch, and then you start to teach yourself. Now you teach yourself through the teachings of others, but it's you deciding what teachings and what teachers hold value this time around. Not just people you were sat in front of and told that these are the people you have to listen to, and these are the people that hold your fate based off grades and or job bosses and things like that. Politicians, celebrities with false endorsements of all the wrong things in this world. You now get to be that autodidactic. Great channel. Again, check out autodidactic. A lot of great things about our history, our false history, um, and how to break through. That's a great channel. I love Autodidactic's channel. Um, oh, Etta says hi. Oh, well, hello, Etta. Is Etta one of your animals? I can't remember. Forgive me. It's been a while. It's been a while. Um, for some reason, I feel like someone had a dog or a cat named Etta when I asked about their animals one time. But uh, to Etta, I say hello right back to you. Virtual hugs if you're an animal. Virtual pets. Um, Yeah, no. So as I was saying, yep, absolutely, music. It is a time to learn, and there's great um, teachings out there that are eternal, and they've always been here, and they're more available now, much more available, and now have many interpretations available, many different tones of voice saying it. Like I said, I've talked about you know, one person might say something in one way and another person says the same thing in a different way, but it reaches different people because whether it's the tone of voice they appreciate, the presentation style, um, the whatever it is, it's the same wisdom coming back, and it's all over the place now. I mean, you got so many different channels and authors and speakers and interpreters and researchers that are, presenting all this wonderful, wonderful eternal knowledge. and it's great. Chiron Last, yep, that's a good channel. Yep. The husky. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was the husky. Yep. I love huskies. Love huskies. They're so fun. They're so smart. They're so smart. Yep. Okay. Jealous. Jealous. That's one of the things I've been doing is watching a lot of those animal videos and stuff just to fill my heart with warmth. I've been watching, you know, rescue videos to, cry a little bit, and then my feed's getting freaking um, hit with a lot of different animal things, funny videos and stuff like that of people recording their animals, and I love it. It helps me keep in a moment of zen, helps me keep in a moment of or a balance of happiness. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had to sneeze there for a moment. Um, God, you can't do that in public. People would be freaking out. Oh my God, it'd be the end of the world. It's if in certain areas. Hey, it's Susan. Yeah, love passing by 33. Love Danny. Danny's a great guy. Danny's one of my teachers, one of my mentors. Um, we both have a firm belief that the sacred secretion meditation is the key to unlocking your highest potential, your true self, unlocking the wisdom of the universe. Um, love passing by 33. Share his videos um, in our Discord periodically. Um, I'm glad you found us, Susan. Definitely hit that subscribe, hit that like, and after the stream is done, I'll have links in the description of Facebook and Discord and things like that. We have a great community in Discord that shares with one another and shares other people's teachings and videos and research, and as well as just sharing support for one another in a positive way. We um, we try and avoid the fear and the the fear mongering aspect of what's going on in the world right now. We try and understand that it is all happening for a reason, and what is going to happen is going to happen. There's only so much you know preparation you can do outside of yourself, which is where the focus really needs to be. It needs to be on you know like I keep repeating myself, health, your health, all aspects of your health, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. That's where it needs to be, and there are many different ways to achieve that, many different avenues to start practicing and start implementing into daily routines, weekly routines, monthly routines, depending on the the subject matter, depending on what it is you're bringing into your life or taking up to the next level, because there's levels. Everything we're leveling up, guys. We're leveling up here. Okay, we are leveling up. Yeah, Susan, and it's hard because it is addicting. It's fear. They call it fear porn for a reason. It is addicting to get caught up in it, to scroll Twitter and scroll Facebook and scroll YouTube, looking for the next conversation about mandatory this or regulated that, or food shortages are coming, or global warming, the sky's going to fall, or pole shift this, or the devil, antichrist this, or whatever it is. It is very addicting, and that's why it's out there. Okay, it is very addicting. Um, and once you become aware uh, that there's nothing you can do outside of yourself, it becomes a lot easier to let it all go, to just let it all go. You know, Um, Wherever we end up, we're going to end up based off of our actions. And loving yourself and treating your temple right, the way it's supposed to be treated, is the first way you show the universe, God, the Most High, Jesus, whoever you are connected with, whatever you label it as, respecting your temple and what you consume, what you don't consume. And it's not just about food, it's about the entertainment you consume, uh, oversexing yourself, masturbating, all these things, alcohol consumption, everything. Once you respect this, once you start showing respect for this, that's like the first sign that you can show the universe that you get it, that you're showing true initiative. And then the universe will start helping you. It'll start showing you all the synchronicities you need to know that you're in the right place. You'll start getting, all of the little synchronicities. You get all the universe will literally start speaking to you on a level that almost becomes freaky and hilarious at the same time. It's like, really? Now you're just laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's just like, but it's an engagement like none other. To be that in tune, to where you literally can communicate with, like I said, whatever you want to label it. It is a true blessing, and it's a comfort and a security to where you get to be like me, to where some would say I'm nonchalant and I don't care about what's going on in the world. How could you not be worried, and how could you not care about what's happening to this, that, and the other person? Because I can't do anything for them that they can't do for themselves. It's just that simple. I can only be there for the people that need a little nudge when they ask for it. It's as simple as that. I can't do anything for anyone that isn't already going to be able to do it for themselves, and that's the key. We got to do for ourselves, you know. And the inner journey, and the inner work is where it all begins and ends. It is the alpha and the omega. It truly is. And you will get a sense of comfort and a sense of effort. Bring on whatever's coming, and let's get this show rolling. Like, let the collapse happen. Let's go. They want to put us all on an island together. They want to separate society. They want to ship us all to Antarctica. Let's go. Backpack is packed and ready to rock. Let's go. So what? We get to start over. We get to have we get to find our own land. We get to rebuild. We get to build things with beauty again instead of these boring metal skyscrapers with nothing but glass windows. We get to go back to building cathedrals and temples and architecture of like how they used to be built. Let's go. I'm ready. Gonna have to put, oh my God, we're gonna have to know what it's like to work for ourselves again, and contribute and actually put in some blood, sweat, and tears to society and to our community, because we've been babied with this thing we call a paycheck, which has been nothing but slavery, and allowed people to get into a position of fear because they're like, oh my God, if I don't have a paycheck, I won't be able to buy food. If I was growing my own food, if I knew how to grow my own food, that wouldn't be a concern. If I knew how to build my own shelter, that wouldn't be a concern. I wouldn't care. They would have nothing to threaten me with. They'd have nothing to mandate or regulate over me. Because this paper thing that they call money is nothing. Even when they switch it over to digital, which is exactly where they're going. It's exactly what they're doing. There's no question about it. This whole thing is about the digital takeover. Okay? And there will be two societies. I think that's pretty clear by now, guys. I mean, it's pretty clear. The people that are protesting and begging for it to go backwards are still not awake. They're still at the beginning stages. They still think that they can vote the next person in that'll change things, or they can just take it back to there is no going back to the old way. Okay, we're going to go back to the old ways. Okay, a certain portion of us. We're going to go back to the old ways. Okay, and these people are going to there is going to be a portion of society that's going to go. I truly believe in a split. I truly believe it's going to happen. And I believe that's where the scriptures, whatever scriptures you want to talk about, or if you want to talk about timeline shift or shift to a parallel universe, or if you believe it will just happen in this world and you'll be led by the Most High to protected lands outside of Antarctica or wherever, you know, a big chunk of continent they're going to ship us all to and send us all away, we will be led, okay? And there are going to be people there already waiting for us. Okay, I could promise you that. Whether they're indigenous and living very simple, or they're the most advanced civilization that we have yet to see with our own eyes, there will be food, shelter, material available for us. Have no fear. But there's definitely going to be a split. There is no bringing the whole world back together. Okay, it's not going to happen. Like I said, the writing's on the wall. You're not going to knock these people upside their head with the data that has been here for 18 months, and they're all of a sudden just going to change their ways. If they're pro something, they're pro it. They're going to run. They're going to run the herd mentality. And it's nothing wrong with it. If that's what they want, and that's the path they want to go, and they still want to be into celebrity worship and money worship, and they want to go into transhumanism projects, and they want to go into AI, the AI system that's being put in play, that's coming to the forefront. There's nothing wrong with it. It's only wrong when people think that they can force something on somebody else. That is where the line is being drawn. And people will make their choice and they will go their separate ways. And families will be ripped apart as they have been. It just is what it is. Okay? It sucks. But that's where you choosing your own individual health, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and all the others comes first, and making that decision for yourself is most important. But the split is going to happen. There's no question. It's happening. It's happening right now. It's happening. And it's okay. It's okay. It is okay. The world does not need to be unified. It does not need to be a one world religion with a one world government where everyone is a Black Mirror clone, all running, the same program. People that want to run that program, go on. I'm not going to shame you. You want to wear a mask the rest of your life? Go ahead. The only problem I have with people wearing masks is when it's children, because children haven't been given the opportunity to grow to a point to think for themselves yet. That's where I draw the line. That's where I want to stand in and speak on behalf of children. But if you're a full-blown adult and you have all the data available that everyone else has, and you want to follow the agenda that's going on right now, go right ahead. If you want to continue to work in debt slavery system, you want to continue to work jobs that are meaningless, you want to continue to play the distraction and, booze it up, and party on the weekends and watch sporting events and be obsessed with, Hollywood entertainment and the idea of space travel and all that stuff, go right ahead. It's your right. It's your right. Go live in that reality. Others are going to head towards a different reality. Some people will go completely to an indigenous lifestyle and revert back to the, indigenous Amish style ways, and some people will go on to rebuild a beautiful kingdom in a completely different way. But this is the split of worlds. Right now, you're seeing what it's like. This is what it's like when worlds collide. Great band, Power Man 5000. I've talked about it. I've played the song before. But this is what it's like when worlds collide. You're seeing the two worlds collide right now. They're passing through one another, and they will soon break off. Most people think it'll be 2024 where you'll really see the next big, split the next eclipse, the next big eclipse, because as above, so below. There's definitely things in the working above that will affect us below. The sky falling, if you will, the exodus, the rapture, however you want to, you know, label it, interpret it. All that stuff is coming. There's no question about it to me. I think it's as plain as day. I think it's the clearest thing to see that there is a split in society. There will be a I don't want to call it a two-tier society because I truly believe that strength in numbers, the people that don't want to be a part of this system will not have to be a part of this system. Does it mean starting over and learning how to rebuild? Yes. Is there anything wrong with that? No. Is it necessary? Yes. Okay. That's what I'm waiting on. That's where I'm at. I am waiting on that. That's where I am at the point where I'm just waiting for the rest of the world to make their final decisions. I've already made my decision. I know which direction I'm going. I know what I'm prepared to do. I'm waiting for the rest of the world to, and there's a cutoff. There's an uh, astrological clock that's ticking. Okay, like we talked about being in the 11th hour earlier. There will be a time where boop, it'll happen. Whether it's a false flag they use to trigger it, whatever, it'll happen, and people will, make their final decision at the last minute. The people that have been on limbo trying to figure out, and that's where final departures will happen. The exodus will begin. Whether, like I said, whether we're all raptured up into the sky into another timeline or parallel universe or whatever, or we're sent off on boats to, you know, leave these lands. You guys don't have any right. Sent off to the farmlands, sent off to the mountains, sent off to the hills, whatever. Sent off to an island, a big continent somewhere else, whatever. However it unfolds, I've already made my decision. I'm going that way. I'm not going with this reality that they're trying to make everyone believe that this is it. You're going to be a part of this Agenda 21 New World Order. That's the only choice. No, nope. Because I've been awake for too long. I've already been able to dig into the mythology, the history, the astrology, the prophecies, the synchronicity of it all. I understand. I understand that there is a different path that's available, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. People like to call it New Age, and there's even people that still follow me on Twitter that like are so mad and so angry right now, and they're like, oh, they're mad. You New Age people, you need to stand up. It's like because they want violence. They want like a revolution. They're ready to go wring heads. They want like, and it's like you're the one that's afraid, and you want to post that on other people who are not afraid. We're the people that were telling you about what was coming before you even woke up. We're the people that were trying to like inform you of what was coming well before 2020, and we even told you 2020 was the year it was going to kick off. Like we told you about the Great Conjunction. We told you about what was coming. We told you about the 2020 vision. We told you about 2012 really being 2020 and how the Mayan calendar is still, 2012 in Ethiopia was 2020. We tried to tell you guys all that this was all coming. So don't be mad at us because we've already moved past the fear and the anger of it, and we're already preparing for a new life, a new earth. It's not nothing new age about it. It's the most ancient teachings there are. It's the most, historical scriptures and documents. Like there's nothing new age about the things that we talk about in this channel. But I still watch people who want to blame New Age. New Age people acting like everything's gonna be okay, watching the world crumble all around them, just meditating and saying hey, what are you doing about your situation? What is your answer? Why are you're still waiting on somebody else to come hold your hand and lead you somewhere when you need to start preparing yourself. And wherever the cards fall. But you being mad at another group of people, or expecting, some militia or whatever you're expecting to come save the day is bollocks. It's nonsense. Oh no, that's Jeff. I think I was gonna. It's been about 90 minutes. I was gonna wrap it up here myself. That's probably a great thing to start preparing for. Let's see. Read a couple of the last comments before I say my goodbyes, and remind everyone to hit like and subscribe, and check us out on our other platforms like Facebook and Discord and Twitter, where you can share information throughout the day. Share um, your findings. You can also contact me, direct messages, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook Messenger. I got the WhatsApp. You can call me. We can have a conversation anytime. I'm available for it. Let's see. I decided 30. Let's see. Music Tomorrow said I decided 30 years ago that I do not comply to consequences. Yes, I am a rebel, defiant, and yes, I've been judged for it. But in the end, nobody was able to challenge me. You got to be your own anarchist. You got to. I mean, we're all gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna learn things and then unlearn things. We're all gonna um, think we have everything figured out for a little bit, and then we're gonna have an epiphany and realize, oh, wait a second, maybe I didn't have it all figured out. We're gonna continue. We're gonna continue to learn. Um, so that's absolutely accurate. Be your own anarchist. Anarchy, rebellion, in a non-compliance, peaceful way. Let others be themselves until it intrudes your bubble, and then stand your ground. Um, uh, let's see. Music Demar says again. So many videos with government officials preparing for a more empty planet. This has nothing to do with depopulation. They simply know of the 1918 Exodus. Yeah, the Exodus event 1918. Mud floods, the the all of the missing people, and then the children just appearing, the Earthling children or whatever it is. Look into that, some crazy stuff. Hey, GW, Twelwy, thanks for leaving a comment. Been a while. Thank you for saying it's a good stream. I felt like it was a good stream. I felt like there was some good energy. I hope there was a good, nice, clear message for people. Um, some reassurance, um, some love, some great vibes. I'm extremely grateful for those who tuned in. Um, and extremely grateful for those who get to watch this at a later point. And I'm so very blessed, and I hope that everyone finds their blessing. Um, Getting a little bigger. The shirt is getting getting a little small. I might have to up my sizes here soon, or maybe it's just the way I'm sitting. But yeah, no, I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely grateful. Shout out to my father, my mother, my brother, um, for everything that they've done, and to all those um, who I haven't seen in a while. I've always kept you in my heart. I love you guys. Everyone that's helped me get to this point in my life. I'm extremely grateful. Hey, Cujo, how are you, brother? Good, Cujo, guys. Cujo's got a channel as well on YouTube and a Twitter account, um, with some great podcasts and streams, um, talking about all sorts of different things, about the secular event known as the EMPCO, the Plasma Reset, which is going on. We are in the birthing stages, whether it's a small reset or whether it's the grand reset. Nobody still yet knows, but there's definitely a reset happening. There's no question about that. Um, both within ourselves and outside in our biosphere, in our little bubble here that we live in. And yes, I'm someone who acknowledges we live under a dome, guys. We live in a biosphere. We live in a cosmic egg. You know, you can be a globie if you want. Doesn't matter. Those are things that don't matter unless you're interested in how our world actually works and how energy is actually and all that kind of stuff is actually manifested in this reality. Then it's something of interest to know how where you actually live and how it actually operates. But love Cujo. I was a guest with Cujo on one of his podcasts with another great lad named TT90, who is another person who is much more informed as far as I am, as far as the scientific um, outlay on our universe, our model, how the plasma reset unfolds. Um, I don't talk about the plasma apocalypse as much because it's a lot for people to grasp, and I don't want to scare people. It's something I believe is 100% real. It is something. It was one of those milestone moments in my journey of awakening that just hit me like memories coming back. Not that's how you know something is true. Like when it just hits you and you just like immediately understand it when you've had no previous experience with the information, and it just boom. It's the same thing like about the sacred secretion in the sacred secretion meditation for me. It was one of those things that just hit me, and I was like, "Whoa!" It was like rediscovering something internal, like encoded in my DNA. Um, but I don't talk about it as much. But I am a firm acknowledger of the plasma reset. I believe it's a very real event. I see it everywhere in music, movies, literature, artwork, and then I see the effects of it coming on in the world. In our climate. Um, you know, and uh, but I don't chase it um, as much as others do. I kind of accepted that it is what it is. It will happen when it happens, and there's only so much preparation you can do, on the outside. Um, but yeah, shout out to Cujo. Susan says cosmic egg theory has helped me on this path. Started seeing eggs in the environment last fall, and then they've come upon that theory. Surprised how much egg imagery is out there in the environment. Yeah, to me, like Martin Kenny's presentation on the cosmic egg was huge for me. It was huge, whether it's completely accurate or not. It was huge for me. I thought it would. To me, it was like, whoa, are you kidding me? Came across him through Santos Bonacci, who was like my first um, real big kick. Obviously, 9/11 had me awake for many years, as far as knowing that the government was a lie and that the world and fiat money systems were a lie and that schooling was a lie and Hollywood and all that. But as far as like my spiritual path and the truths of where we are in this universe and what it is and how we get here and how we leave here. The Bible being basic instructions before leaving Earth type approach to the scriptures and things like that. Santos Bonacci was huge in my life. Then Martin Kenny and the Cosmic Egg, and then the coming across the EMCO with Brian Austin Lambert and Mia, and then Jay Dreamers, and then meeting people like Cujo and TT90 and others that have continued the the research into how plasma operates, how it works, the cosmology of our world, how it's changing, and things like that are still very fascinating. It's just not my area of expertise. Um, there are other people, like I said, that understand it much better, and I would rather lead people to their work rather than try and represent it for clicks. I would rather let those people get the clicks, let those people get the notoriety, let those people get whatever monetization they can get on their channels. People like I said, like Jay Dreamers, who is back at it in a in a full swing of things, guys. He's dropping content left and right again. So if you haven't been up to date with Jay Dreamer's channel, decoding movies and things like that, he's doing a lot of different things on his channel right now, really trying to grow it up and taking in some different directions. Not different directions, but adding to. I highly recommend checking back in with Jay. Love Jay. He's been going through the roller coaster with some personal things, and all the love and support you can send his way, I'm sure would be extremely well felt on his end. Can't speak highly enough of the guy. I call him the plasma guru. I know he's not the originator, and I know he gets into a lot of the more supernatural aspects, but that's why I align with him more because I align with more of this, the things that you can't explain as of right now, the mythology, the comparative mythology, um, the other world, the underworld, as Stranger Things would call it in their show on Netflix, the underworld. Um, but even Bible believers who believe the Bible is literal, I don't understand how they can, then not believe in the supernatural. It's like, you gotta, pull it together at some point and you know, take it all in because it's all relevant. It's all very relevant. Um, yeah, no, that's Susan, absolutely. What I do is when someone recommends a channel for me, I'll go. I'll either put it on a list and I'll check it out eventually, or I'll just go ahead and subscribe to it and let it come into my feed naturally. Um, but yeah, no, it's one of those things, especially if you're trying to disconnect from a lot of the Matrix stuff. Then yeah, you don't want to be adding to the addiction, because you can get lost in the rabbit hole for a very long time, Alice. You can get lost in that rabbit hole for some time. That's very true. J Dreamers is great. Put a Z on the end of it. J Dreamers with a Z, and yeah, he's got a lot of great vibe, a lot of great energy. He's all about the positivity. He's all about looking at things with an open mind and looking at things from, like I said, a different perspective than other people in similar areas of research. Um, let's see here. Seen that event for 30, yeah, 30 years. Whew, that's a long time to be living with that information. I mean, because there's a point where like I said, you just want it to happen. It's like whatever's going to happen. If the sky's going to fall, if there's going to be an alien invasion, there's going to be a great war, whatever it is people are buying into, whatever they think is the next big thing to come. There's still a lot of different theories or perspectives that people think is going to happen depending on the information that they've bought into. 30 years of being awake to any kind of piece of information and just be like, is today going to be the day? Is tomorrow going to be the day? Are we, and then because they know that there are people are awake and that those people would eventually lead to start doing good in this world, the controllers of the beast system that has been in control, they've used that the rumors of war, the rumors of plagues, the rumors of biblical end times, if you will. They've used that to deter people from really getting a foot into their true selves because people are like just like the Cold War of like taking up so much time. Um, it it keeps people from like taking the next step because they're like, well, hey, the world's going to end tomorrow, whatever. Like, why do I need to take the next step? Well, if the world's going to end tomorrow, Don't you think today's the day you want to make the most of it? Like today's the day you really want to show that you love yourself and you can love unconditionally everyone, You don't have to like people. Yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to get to the point where we like everyone. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. It's not a realistic approach in the immediate steps of the journey, but loving and understanding and understanding that down the road we're all going to get to the same place, the same understanding, because there's only one true universal truth. We all come from the same place, guys. Where it doesn't matter your skin color, doesn't matter if you're male or female, doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. We're all on different stages of the journey, but the journey ends the same way, guys. You're gonna die. You're gonna end up somewhere. You're gonna end up having a laugh about it. You're gonna end up looking back down at your timeline, your history. You're going to look at all the things that you cared about, worried about. You're going to have a good chuckle about it. You really are. You're not going to cry about it because at that point, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Okay? Whether you believe in reincarnation and you have to come back and do it 5 more times, or this is the time you get it, eventually, you're going to end up there, guys. You're going to get it. We're all going to get it. We're all going to the same place. Okay? Eventually, your higher self is already there. It's kicking it with all the other higher self beings. You're all making bets on each other right now, like, hey, you think this person's going to do this or this or that? Whatever you believe in. I believe we exist somewhere else. That's where our consciousness comes from. That's how we can have conversations with ourselves inside our heads. We're not the physical body. We're not the physical being. We originated from somewhere else. That's obvious. We came into this world from somewhere else. Okay? And we'll end up going back to somewhere else. So, enjoy the ride. Put effort, real effort in, real genuine, integriful. I don't know if that's a word. Effort with true integrity into your actions. Do not hold on to thoughts that do not have any positive influence on your life. Understand that information is just constantly running through your brain. It's just information. This is a receptor in here. There's a Wi-Fi antenna in there. The ether is the internet. Okay, it is the internet. It's just information just constantly running available. This is your Wi-Fi router. Information's going to pop in. What you choose to do with it is what matters. You can let it go as soon as it comes in if it does no service to your better being. You let it go. Bye. See ya. No matter how vulgar the thought is, how perverted the thought is, it's just information. It's just coming in to see if you want to engage with it, because that's your choice. Everything's your choice from the moment you wake up to deciding what clothes you're going to wear, to what food you're going to eat, to what you're going to do throughout the entire day. Every single waking moment of your life is your choice. All of it. I don't care if you have obligations, responsibilities or not. I don't care how deep you people choose to walk. I'm not recommending walking away from your kids or your family. But if you wanted to, you could. I mean, it's just giving the extreme of how everything goes. So don't ever blame anyone but yourself for how you feel, because everything is your choice. Everything you do, every action you take is your own doing. There's nobody to blame. So, on that note, I'm going to wrap this stream up, guys. We ended up going almost 2 full hours. So, unless there's any other questions or recommendations on anything that anyone wanted to engage with or talk in, I want to thank Katie Bug for giving a like over on Facebook, Mary Grace for hitting that like button over on Facebook. Got Peterkin following on Twitch. Wow, I haven't had somebody on Twitch in a while. That's really cool. Um, I'm on Twitch as well, another platform that the stream goes to, guys. Uh, Maximus Victorious, thanks for the follow. Desiree, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it, and it felt really good to be back on here today. Um, Hopefully, we'll be back on a little more frequently. Sending out the vibes, sending out the love. We'll just get on here and chat. I feel a lot less pressure uh, without the screen sharing. It was nice to just come on here and talk. I didn't have to worry about organizing anything. I didn't have to worry about what I'm going to show that's going to get me censored or copyrighted or anything like that. Pull the trigger. Thanks for the follow on. Hey, another follow on Twitch. Really grateful for that. And again, at the end of the video, I'll put all the links to other platforms like Discord and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and all those links will be available in the description. So if you do want to come find us and engage with us throughout the days, throughout the weeks, in between streams, in between YouTube content, you can do so. And we'd love to have you. We'd love to hear about your journey, and we'd love to help you as you help us throughout these tribulations, because we're all going through it, guys. Everyone's handling it different. The goal is to handle it the best you can, knowing that you have a choice. Everyone has a choice. I love you guys so much. My name's Jeremy. Thank you so much for tuning into Awaken Reality. Love yourself. Love thy neighbor. And we'll see you again very soon. Take care. Peace.